It's a good question. Real good question. Um, I haven't had the pleasure of working with Hit Boy, producer. Haven't had the pleasure. I like working with like creatives, like producers and things
Hit
like
Boy.
that. Yeah, with that attention to being on the clock. As soon as I hit out LA, bro, I might be with some people. I'm not talking about my keys, but I might be with some other people recording. We might got a 6 to 12 hour block. We might only do one record. We might not even come out with a full record. We might only come out with half a record. But the intentionality behind that is even so high. Sometimes, man, even the vibe used to be like, look, man, we just gonna throw all the substances and things like that on the table. Let's build a vibe first. And then that vibe is gonna transition itself
To
into
some music.
some music. Ooh, come on, Fit. Fit check. Back up for me real quick. Let me treat you like your kids do. Fit check, Miss T. Fit check. Let me see. Hey, yes, ma'am. Come on. Come on. Lord, let me get off before I say the wrong thing in front of these people. Yeah, I love you too. How long you in the office for? Are you going to church? All right, now that's a lot. Sounds good. But look, I'm about to let me knock this junk out real quick, and I'll probably be up out, and I'm gonna head straight to the house for real, for real. Yeah, yeah. All right, mama, love you. Peace. Like, man, what's up? Yeah, I work with Beyonce, T.I., all these other different people like that, but man, all that don't really matter, man. What matters the most, man, is like, yo, what's your purpose in life? Figure that out. Cause I guarantee, man, the more times you attach yourself to that purpose, you ain't gonna never have to worry about another day and where your next money gonna come from. Point blank clear. Races in 24 hours. And this is my first 3 weeks of me being out LA, not really having any job, no anything. I'm just like going out there on my wits. Me and my two homeboys, we just went out there, man, just said, man, we're gonna figure it out. We just gonna jump off the cliff. So, man, I got that post, man. Sent that resume in, man. Within 5 minutes, he said, yo, I'm liking everything I see on the resume. Yo, can you come in for an interview tomorrow? I said, cool. I'll pull up tomorrow, man. You know, whatever is that's in the Addy, we'll figure it out from there. Got my little bread together.
I was about to say you knew what you wanted,
Oh
basically.
yeah, absolutely, man. And see, that's the thing, bro. That's the hidden gem within just that little piece of conversation. Is like when I was in college, bro, I had that idea early, and I made a decision that that's what I wanted to do my second market period. Man, a lot of the people, man, that was around me, man, I don't say about 85% of the people I was around, but they didn't know what they was going to do. It was like they pissing in the wind. You feel me? So it's screwed too sometimes. Like you think that, oh, you might follow like certain couples and things like that, and they portray a certain vibe and this and that, man. But I mean, bro, it doesn't mean they ain't going through some real life decisions and hardships and things like that. Like, bro, it's
And I don't
living
even
with
want to
somebody.
say,
Even to this day, I tell my kid, hey, look, ain't no gangsters in band. So it's either you gonna be out the band, or you gonna try to, put a foot here and there with something you ain't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Or you gonna go ahead and commit to this, and you just gonna do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to know, that at the end of the day, to move with intentionality is key. So to have a plan, and it kind of go right all the way back to the very first thing. Like, to have a plan is very important. So you may not have to have the step by steps to get to see something all the way through, but have a plan.
it's your boy, Tydra Tay Stunner, or Tayshawn Town Booth, whatever you want to call me. But this is Underground VA. Oh, and I'm going to need y'all to go like, share, follow, and subscribe to me on all social media platforms @_underground VA. And you can follow me personally on social media at Tydrive Taste Stunner Official, man. I thank y'all for all y'all support, man, on the guys. Now let's get into it. So, man, it's another day in the lovely state of Virginia, man. And
who we got on the couch today? Underground Virginia, man. We got the one and only. But let them know who we got,
Oh
man.
man, it's your Grammy nominated brother in the neighborhood, Gwhite. We just in the building, man. Shout out to Underground VA for the love and the shout out, and just the opportunity just to be able to have a sit down conversation. You feel me?
Most definitely, man. Everybody don't get to do what you did, what you do, what you've done. And at the end of the day, brother, I definitely want to give you your flowers because a lot of people want to do what you did, what you do, and what you've done.
No, it's
So
love. I appreciate that for sure.
definitely had to get you on the couch because when they talk about them hidden gems, you definitely wanted them hidden gems. Like I ain't even understand who you was until I had to really do my research, right?
No, it's
So starting this off on the couch, Underground Virginia, how I asked everybody. I know we in the beginning of the year, brother, but how has this year been for Gwhite, man? I already know you said I'm glad we did this interview because I was about to have to wait. I know my boy about to go on vacation, man.
No, absolutely. Yeah, you called me right before I was about to ship out west for a quick little moment and then be in somebody else's country. But nonetheless, bro, this year has been blessed, man. I can't complain, man. Look, bro, it's another day to live, another day to breathe.
Bro.
And I can't complain, bro. Man, I'm here breathing, bro. So, it's a lot of people I started with, bro, they ain't here no more. So, I'm grateful for any and all opportunities. You feel me? So, I don't take nothing for granted, even like, life and breath. You feel me? So,
I could definitely go for that. Man. A lot of people we grew up with is not here no more, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not here no more. So, like, what's Gwhite goals for 2026? Like I said, we in the beginning. Like, what is year looking like for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I already knew my boy got a little bit of relaxation. He got to get that relaxation, and he got to get, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
you got, if you want to speak, because you can, you know what I'm saying? Just,
No,
you
absolutely.
hitting out. You got any goals? That's, you know what I'm saying? You trying to.
Nah, man, we got big goals, man. So if I had to wrap everything up in like one goal, it's to continue to plant more seeds. I want
Bro.
to be able to, be to the point where like farmers, they work on buying more land or acquiring more land, and in that land, they find different ways on how to seed so they can grow more crop.
Bro.
So to equate that to real life, I'm out here just looking to build and give more influence and to be influenced also too, but what's around me. So that way I can just take that and then, bro, we could just grow new roots in new places. So that's in many different forms and facets, whether that's through me teaching. I'm a middle school 7th grade teacher, math teacher, so it's my 5th year doing that right now. So
Okay.
kids definitely loving me. I like getting like on the ground zero level, you know what I'm saying, and really affecting the youth in a positive manner. So beyond that, got the nonprofit also too, Music Tech. So we doing some good big things with that also too. Looking to do some more camps and some symposiums to bring that music business knowledge and enrichment to the area and the communities all over here in Virginia, LA, New York, down south, everywhere, honestly. So it's continuously spreading out seeds and allowing growth to happen, fertilizing.
Okay. You dang so touched. You dang so touched on some stuff that I know I really I want you to dive a little deeper on. We gonna get into that, right? But man, with all of that being said, cause like I'm telling you, you ain't nobody that, as you can see, as y'all can see already, he ain't playing no games. You know what I'm saying? He ain't somebody that take what he do lightly. You feel me? So
Okay.
I want to ask, brother, like, how did you get here? Like how you get here, brother? Like I look up even to where I'm at right now, and it's like where I came from is not the person that you would expect to be sitting right here talking to you now. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
So I always want to ask people, bro, like, how you get here? Like where you came from? You know what I'm saying? Like how did you get to doing what you love, like what you like to do now? Like how you get here?
No, understood. So my famous line that I always tell all my kids every single day is that, hey, look, I'm from up the street. Literally, I'm from up the street. So born and raised in Newport News, Virginia. Whether it's downtown, midtown, however, whatever it is, I'm down the street from Heritage High School. Grew up there my whole life. Long story short, on the borderline between Newport News and Hampton. And, bro, man, just through that, bro, I got here through the love of my surroundings. Obviously, where we from in this area, sometimes you can get tainted by your area and things of that nature. But, I had a good support system coming up, man. So, my mother definitely was on game. It was on my head about making sure, look, man, whatever you want to do, look, I'm here to support you. Just do it. I just really want you to be focused and do it. I don't want you to veer off and, be influenced by the wrong crowd of people. And early on, as many other youthful people, trying to figure out who they are in this world, you get influenced by a bunch of different people that you're around. So I was doing that a little bit early on in like my middle school, high school days. And then from there, bro, I had a life-changing situation where, you had to figure out if, all right, am I going to commit to doing music? Because at the time I was in band. So band is really like my segue into like this whole music space.
For sure.
Been playing trumpet for like 17 plus years before I put it down and stopped playing it. I'm also assistant band director too at Heritage High School. Shout out to all my Hurricanes over there.
Okay,
Storm.
for sure. Shout out to Heritage High School.
Yeah, man. So we got a bunch of different traits and things that we do still. But nonetheless, that was the segue, man. And I always like to tell, even to this day, I tell all my kids, hey, look, ain't no gangsters in band. So it's either you gonna be out the band or you gonna try to, put a foot here and there with something you ain't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Or you gonna go ahead and commit to this and you just gonna do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I made that decision, man. That was my 11th grade year. From that, bro, I ain't looked back ever since. So went to Norfolk State University in 2009.
Shout out to the Spartans.
Shout out to the Spartan Legion. You already know Spartans. Behold the green and gold every time, everywhere we go. But yeah, man, after my first semester being in Norfolk State, I was in the band, on band scholarship, full ride and things of that nature. From there, dog, I figured, man, look, man, this band life, bro, like, it was really life. And yeah, I saw my life going a lot differently. So my academic advisor, shout out to Timothy Zachary, he out of Texas right now. He head band.
Pardon me. When you said it was life,
Yeah.
you mean like the college life? Like it was like.
All right, so look, let me describe to you what I mean by band at that time was life, and the culture was a lot different prior before than it is now. So you know how like football players, they have conditioning over the summertime, right?
Okay.
And so they may have 2 days, 3 days, and things of that nature. Well, it was the same vibe with band. We had 3-a-day, 4-day practices.
Okay.
So I get up like 5:30 a.m. First rehearsal at 6 a.m. Boom, grab breakfast, grub, whatever like that. Boom, we right back to it like 10 a.m. Boom, grab lunch, whatever like that. Boom, we right back at it at like 3, 4, 5 p.m. And then we might go all the way until midnight, get out of practice. Then we still got to roll over and go into sectionals.
A
for
band
like another
is
hour
life.
or something. So literally, it was life. Get out of there, man. You
Band,
still got to
okay.
do a little homework or whatever like that. It's 2 a.m. You getting right back up, man, doing the same thing all over again. So literally, it was life. So after my first semester there, bro, for some people that was a great life for them, and I think it was still a great life for me. I learned a lot of things. I learned how to network. I learned how to be around different people that I did like and did not like. So I'm learning how to deal with different personalities. That's what I could definitely attribute to band. But at the same time, I just knew I wanted my life to look a little different with music. So after my first semester, I started my first LLC, man, and I started throwing parties, bro, in college. So I used to rent out like these little Chinese joints or whatever like that would be on the verge of closing out in Norfolk. And man, I would just throw 18 and up parties. At the time I wasn't 21, so couldn't really be drinking and all this and that. You might have a little BYOB if you know type situations going on, but for the most part, bro, 18 and up. So that was the crowd that I was really appealing towards, and I had me a nice little run for about a semester or two, and then after that, man, I figured, you know what, man, let me go ahead and more center myself around music, because it's always been there dealing with things like Fruity Loops or Reasons and making beats and stuff. So from that point, man, I went all in that second semester. And I changed my degree from music education to music media, which was more of like the route of like doing music production, audio engineering, and things of that nature, being like a mass comm major. And man, I ain't looked back since, man. From that time all the way to, I want to say, which was 2010 to where we at now, it's 2026. I want to say probably to about 2021. My whole income during that time, strictly off of music, audio engineering, music production.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it led from there, man. The passion definitely led from around band and around school and college culture. And then from there, man, after I graduated and got my degree in 2014, I came back on this side of the water. Been networking with a bunch of different people all in between times, whether it's been me being a head runner or engineer for the studio on Norfolk State campus for about 2-3 years at that time. I've been networking with a bunch of different people throughout the 757. So, came back on this side, man, and man, I ended up linking with one of the first people who gave me an opportunity to have my own recording studio, and networked with him before, things of that nature. And yeah, man. From that point, I worked up underneath him. I think I might have like linked up in the studio randomly, like on a Thursday. I told him, I said, "Look, bro, I ain't with the rah rah nothing like that. I just got out of college. Like, what's up? Let me go ahead and be an engineer underneath your space." He had a dope setup, nice engineer equipment and things of that nature. Like it was top tier things, especially different from what I seen everybody else had around me. So he took me up on the opportunity, filled out the application that Monday. Man, I was in the studio every day since.
I about to say you knew what you wanted, basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And see, that's the thing, bro. That's the hidden gem within just that little piece of conversation. Is like when I was in college, bro, I had an idea early, and I made a decision that that's what I wanted to do my second market period. Man, a lot of the people, man, that was around me, man, I don't say about 85% of the people I was around, but they didn't know what they was going to do. It was like they pissing in the wind. You feel me? So, for lack of a better term, so they was trying to figure out what they was trying to do. So by the time they about getting a degree, hey, look, well, I ain't getting no practical experience yet. I ain't like failed many times. I ain't even really tried to put up many shots to really figure out what I want to do or if I can really do it well. And by the time they graduated, you got more responsibilities. People starting families early. You got bills hitting you and things like that. Then your passion kind of goes on the back.
With you.
Yeah, man. So I want to say, man, I learned this from a good person, man. He said, look, man, to be a master of anything, you got to do at least 10,000 hours or better.
Facts.
And so by the time I went through college, bro, I feel like I probably already did like 15,000 hours at work. Just keeping it 100 with you. So, and even from then to now, like, I feel like I'm like on my 6th or 7th rep of 10,000 hours of just doing pure music industry work and vibes. So, man, anybody that's out there that's listening and that's paying attention, and man, look, man, anybody who, man, if you have a plan, man, there it is, man. Because if you ain't got a plan, man, you planning to fail. Point blank.
That's definitely the truth, bro. You gotta have a goal, bro. You gotta have a plan to get there. You gotta have an ultimate goal in life, or you gonna be lost. It's really no other way around that. That's exactly how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know what you're gonna do. You gotta be sure about it, and you gotta be sure how you're gonna get there. Your life gotta be dedicated to getting to where you see yourself. Like, that's what I'm saying. You gotta see us, like, think of where you want to be in the future, because your life has to be dedicated to getting there. You don't want to think about, oh, I want this girl, or I want to just do something that's just not really, I can't really think of the words, pardon me right now.
No, you good.
You know what I'm saying? It's not really worth something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can accomplish this within a week. So now you got to think of something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, your life has to be a goal, an ultimate goal. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely can go for that. Slightly getting off topic before we get back on topic.
No, you good. Go ahead.
College. You think that did a lot for your social, like your social life or your socializing, social skills?
It definitely did, man. And I feel like for me and many others, man, again, like, it taught me how to network. If I didn't walk away with college with many things, 2 things I really walked away from. One, learning how to research. So not waiting on another man or woman to tell me where the information is at, being able to actually have the wits and the bare minimum knowledge to walk through the door, find the door and walk through it. So that's one. But then 2, network, man. Look, man, your net worth is your net worth. And there's a lot of people even to now, man, that I have met from high school, middle school, college, and all. Even people that was like my instructors and teachers early on that I've been networking with, and man, that's been, helping me out, man, helping me put, level my whole life up and things like that in different manners. And you just never know who you meet, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may, like, for right now, like, I might meet you in college, man, like, when we 18, 19, man, but who to say, like, 10, 15 years down the road, man, either one of us could be giving each other a job, or we can be throwing plays to each other, you know what I'm saying? And so that work is your worth, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, your network is your net worth. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
and
definitely,
vice versa. So
I definitely can go for that. And that's how you know when you made it, bro. Like, when the people that you used to look up to or used to, like, give you a helping hand, you can lend a helping hand to back. You know what I'm saying? Or
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know you're doing something good with yourself. For sure. So, getting back on to the music, my boy, I got to start off and just ask you, who is Mike and Keys to you?
Oh, man. Those the OGs right there. It's the original Futuristics. If you know, you know. Their names used to be the Futuristics at first. Then they, some labels. So another group came out with the Futuristics, got into some legal issues, so they had to change the name to Mike and Keys. But Mike and Keys, bro, they the goats to me. Honestly, man, it's like they're the full embodiment of what manifestation is. So let me kick you this quick story real quick. So early on, like probably right after college, that's when I really discovered who Nipsey Hussle was. And so listening to his music early on from the mixtapes and things of that nature, it really like honed in my ear. Like I was appreciating the raps and what he was doing on the art form. But man, what really attracted me was the beats. And I said, man, I gotta look up who doing them joints. I kept seeing the Futuristics. And I was like, dang, okay, cool. So, at that time, social media started to really get off the ground. So, but I'm not really following but so much. But I'm just always hearing their work. Come to find out, man, down the road, maybe like 3-4 years later after I graduated out of college, and man, I had the opportunity to go out LA and like live out there. Within the first 3-4 weeks out there, bro, Mike and Keys, who I figured was people who was working underneath Nipsey Hussle again at the time, but they was reintroduced to me as Mike and Keys because the rebranding. And I thought that these guys was not the same people.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just these the new guys working with him, and like this is his main production group. So Mike had put out a Instagram post saying, look, man, I'm looking for an audio engineer intern. And I might have caught it like on the 23rd hour before it erases in 24 hours. And this is my first 3 weeks of me being out LA, not really having any set job, no anything. I'm just like going out there on my wits. Me and my two homeboys, we just went out there, man, just said, man, we're going to figure it out. We're just going to jump off the cliff. So, man, I got that post, man, sent that resume in, man. Within 5 minutes, he said, yo, I'm liking everything I see on the resume. Yo, can you come in for an interview tomorrow? I said, cool. I'll pull up tomorrow, man. Whatever is that's in the Addy, we'll figure it out from there. Got my little bread together, Ubered out there. His secretary at the time interviewed me at first, and then went down there, gave them reports, like, okay, cool. I think you ready to meet Mike and Keys. Cool. They just giving me like the quick little preliminaries, like, how would you act if you're in front of celebrities, little things like that. Just like a real interview process, because obviously, on a daily basis, they working with celebrities. Yeah. So they want to just make sure that, man, are you going to be fanned out and things and this, thing? Like, nah, bro. Yeah. And at that time, I was already working with other different celebrities, dealing with different people like Rick Rogers and Arsenal the Rebel, the battle rapper from Newark, New Jersey. And just networking with their team and being under their umbrella, I was already had the pleasure of working with a bunch of different other people on the East Coast. So going out there, man, when I got acclimated with them, after that interview, aced it. They told me to come back in like the following Tuesday. I come in on the following Tuesday, and this is like my first time really actually doing work with them. And
so you get to meet them that day.
Yeah, so I met him that day during the interview and things like that. It was like, yeah, bro, we're really rocking with you and things like that on the resume. Let's put you to the test and things like that next week. Cool. So, I'm just waiting on the call over the weekend. And I get the call, yo, got our first session, Tuesday. I want you to pull up, whatever like that. Cool. Pull up on Tuesday. I don't know who's there. Guy named by Gwhite 4000 from the Bay Area. He out there. So, and at the time, this was like when Vine and things like that was going on. So, it was like he was like the Ferragamo Falcon and a bunch of different things. He was really blowing up on social media just off of antics and just his personality. Yeah. And he was converting that over to the music. So first time meeting him, first time being around the vibe and the personality. And yeah, bro, we cut 2 records that day, bro. And the session went by great. Amazing. And Keys, quiet. He one of the quiet ones out the grouping, but he was just really like, he went to he went to music school out there in Hollywood. So, he asked me other technical questions like, okay, man, look, what you doing right there with this and that tool? Because he saw what I was doing on the computer. And, I would answer them. And, secretly behind it, they looking at each other like, oh, yeah, nah, he right. He cool. He solid. Long story short, aced that session that day, right? The very next day, he called me and said, yo, we got Dr. Dre's studio, A-Room, for 2 days straight, 12-hour blocks. What's up? You want to run them? Well, I'm out here for a reason, so my 4th week.
Let's get to it.
I'm out there working in Dr. Dre studio for the first time, the A-Room, the biggest room. We talking about and shout out to shout out to Record Plant. Record Plant ain't even here no more. They just closed down last year, but record playing. When I say everybody work out of there, everybody work out of there. Just to set the tone a little bit. There's a basketball court inside of the booth.
Inside of the booth?
So think about what the YMCA or think about what Planet Fitness basketball court like that look like. That was the booth. To that one studio, and there's many studios in there type vibe. So the aura and the vibe
and that's
in there.
one booth.
Yeah, that was the one main booth for that one room. Yeah.
Man.
So like it was a different vibe. It was even intimidating.
Yeah.
But with that sense of urgency, preparation definitely met itself. So I made sure I got there an extra hour early. I'm meeting the different people. I'm meeting people from the front desk. I'm meeting the interns. I'm meeting the people who were like the assistant in the room at that time. That way I can just kind of get acclimated to what's going on here, because there's a lot of stuff going on here that I don't know nothing about. But I already got the gig, so I'm like, I gotta show up.
Yeah.
I can't, fail now. I need to go ahead and show my wits, because I'm a shark out VA, but I'm out in the ocean now. Like, let me see, can I, be out here with the other sharks?
Yeah, can you swim?
Iron sharpen iron type vibe. So, I got do my due diligence and do my little homework while I was there before the session actually started. And man, it was a good time, man. Probably right up the hallway, Ty Dolla $ign and Jeremiah, they was working on their album with Hitmaker. I'm leaving out. Frank Ocean coming into the room. He working on the Blonde album. It's it's just a different vibe. I'm seeing like a bunch of scooters that everybody got. I see Justin Timberlake, Beyonce, Madonna. I see it's different.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. So first 4 weeks, me being out there, I'm being put straight into the mix. And so that's why anytime when anybody say anything about Mike and Keys, bro, it's always love, bro. Like, hey, the OGs, bro, they the ones who really kind of, for lack of a better term, grandfather me into the industry the way I am in it now. So
as you telling that story too, it's a whole different feeling from being out there doing music to doing music out here, huh?
It is, man. It is. And what it was, man, is just the learning curve. And understanding what it is, like the framework of how people do music nowadays, and even back then when I was first getting into it, you gotta think about it. Everybody's coming from a budget because everybody don't really have the bread to really invest up front, right? So out here, we're culturally apart now, where like, I find my beats on YouTube, I find my beats through maybe a producer or homeboy who make beats, or I'm going somewhere like BeatStars. Go to an outlet where the beats is already made, the industry sounding like that, and I'm gonna go to the studio and I'm gonna book 2 hours and I'm gonna try to knock out 4 or 5 raps in 2. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the clock. I'm coming in there with the intention of being on the clock. As soon as I hit out LA, bro, I might be with some people. I'm not talking about my keys, but I might be with some other people recording. We might got a 6 to 12 hour block. We might only do 1 record. We might not even come out with a full record. We might only come out with half a record. But the intentionality behind that is even so high. Sometimes, man, even the vibe used to be like, look, man, we just going to throw all the substances and things like that on the table. Let's build a vibe first. And then that vibe is going to transition itself
to
into some music. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that very quickly out there, like that whole realm of what collaboration truly looks like with intentionality behind it. I mean, I saw it at a level that most people out here aren't really granted to see.
Facts. You got to get used to that. You got to get like, how do we get that momentum here though? Like, who is to start that? Who is to?
I'm glad you said that, right? So look, before I even went out there, I went out there on a wit where it's like, I felt like, darn, people like Pharrell, Timberland. Push always through the 7-5 always, but just he moved how you got to move. So as if you know, but but for all the other 4 leaders of Virginia, I'm like, man, why don't come back and really like put their hands and feet really into the soil and really like really lead and show by example.
Yeah.
But I had to start changing my mindset, man, because I was like, man, I'm always looking up to them and like, man, when they gonna give that hand back? And then I had to change my framework and like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna become the hand that I always wish I'd always had.
Facts.
And so now I had the opportunity to move back to Virginia, during the pandemic and things like that. And now, bro, that's really been my mission. That's why when you first asked me, like, yo, what's your goal? Plant seeds. because I want to be able to make sure people can grow with different experiences and grow with the different wealth and knowledge that I may have from the different experiences, and I can employ that in a room where they can become a real easy teaching moment. But not only am I just telling you, I'm about to show you, we really about to do it together.
Facts.
Like, I had people who wanted to work on records and projects. Like, here's the thing. The dynamic out here might be, look, man, me and my homeboy, we might pull up to the lab together, and we just going to work on music together. Compared to, sometimes I set up some rooms where, and we have collaborative sessions where I might have 3 producers, I might have 2 musicians, one that play piano, one that play guitar or bass. Got the engineer, I may have another person who got a good ear, executive production wise. We all in here to work for one person. That level of commitment, energy, and just intentionality hits completely different in the room.
Facts.
And the energy just come out different in the music.
Facts.
You know, less egos. It's like, yo, I got to put my ego aside to just really aid and help to the best product, because at the end of the day, even myself, I've even had to learn, even when I still get in the rooms where I don't care if it's somebody who's famous or somebody who's not famous, and it's just the first time I'm working with somebody and they on the come up, I remove my ego, because I know at the end of the day, I'm here for the product. I'm here to produce whatever we can produce at its max. So I pull my ego away, and everybody in the room that's on the same accord, pull their egos away, and we just give to the room and the energy, so that way it can just be the best it can be.
I know. I want to speak on that too, because it's like, I feel like a lot of just how they say, like, a lot of rappers, like, what am I trying to compare it to? It'd be how, I don't even want to compare it to a lot of rappers, but do you feel like a lot of producers, like, the problem with a lot of producers is they produce with ego. Like, they put their ego into their sessions. It's not the fact that, like, because one thing that you did say that definitely caught my attention is, like, instead of just always talking about, like, man, what somebody else should do, why you don't try to be that
Right.
to the community or to the people, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I started Underground Virginia, because when I was doing music, I always thought, like, because I had to go to Fuchsia's TV or Famous Animal, and that's when I really got reactions. It was like, man, I wish I had a platform in Virginia that was just, you know what I'm saying, like, you could just go up there and just, you know what I'm saying, like, interview, talk, do whatever, you know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
we ain't had one. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so instead of doing that, it was just like, man, you might as well just do that. But back on topic, when I was doing music, it was just like a lot of producers, bro, like, you could feel when their ego is like in the session, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's just like you ain't taking my music serious, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just here to get my bread, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You just clicking buttons, just say, yo, you like it? All right, cool. Oh, you do like it? Cool.
yeah,
Next
you know what I'm
part.
saying? You
You
don't
got
want to
something
give me,
else?
you don't want to get your input, you don't really
Yeah.
want to mix and master it correctly.
Absolutely.
Like, and it's like, most of the time it's because, you know, the artists don't know the artistry for real.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
They still
Like,
trying to figure it out a lot of times. Some people still trying to figure out their sounds in the midst while they working with different people. And that's the interesting thing, man. That's why, like, even like how we having a sit-down conversation right now, I'm going to be very intentional about making sure we have a sit-down conversation. That's why I always tell artists, look, bro, first time you working with me, man, look, I don't do one-hour sessions. Why? Because we need to be able to build a vibe first. And we might have to do that just through talking and getting to know each other first. So that way I can get, vice versa, we can fill each other out, pause, personality-wise, and then we can see where things can go. So that way I can, read the room, the temperature in the room. So, you might be a type of artist or creative where you don't really need that much direction. You already know exactly what you want. You just need it at that quality, and you just need it to be sharp, and you need somebody to keep up with you.
Facts.
Cool. Then compared to I'm dealing with somebody who's still trying to figure that out. And hey, I know you got a lot of expertise. You done heard a lot of people. Yo, do you think I should say it this way? Do you think I should say it that way? How does that sound to you? And asking those type of questions where you can be more critiqueful about it. And that's fine. Then from there, I feel like I'm going to go ahead and give more than myself to it, because at the end of the day, man, why am I there just to do a transaction? For all that, I can stay at home and I can figure out a better way to make a transaction without me physically being in the room with somebody.
most definitely.
It's bigger than just transaction. It's about, let's create something big and monumental. And so removing myself, and sometimes, I might even have artists like I work with some singles. Shout out to Mona Soul. That's one of the homies right there. We've been getting some sync placements and things like that together. We've been rocking for a minute. She from Redbridge, Virginia.
Okay, shout out to her for sure.
She when working with her, one of the most unique things, she was one of the first artists that actually told me, like, yo, I don't want to record with no autotune. Singer. And I'm just like, ooh, you don't want to record autotune? Like, it just hit a little different. I was just like, it challenged me for a second. And she can tell you to this day, if you asked her, like, and we had like a little tug of war for a little second, but we was able to get over that, and I was able to understand her vision and what vibe she was really trying to present in her music. And man, with that, bro, like, man, we've been making some monumental records to where some things, bro, they clear the airways, and when some people listen to it, they like, oh, it's different. It's hit different. It hit different for a reason, because our formula and what we went through for it hit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you ain't hearing the same type of regular on-pitch auto-tune that most people hear. Like, nah, you hearing somebody really singing, and we challenging your intonation and things of that nature. So, at the end of the day, man, long story short, I feel like, yeah, man, you got to get out other people's way for the creativity can really shine in the room. And, man, engineers, producers out there, man, just stop taking people bread, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just that, man. Look, man, we going to get the bag one way or another. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that you can't impose the best version of yourself in the session. That's what it's all about. People not paying for just for you to click buttons and just for you to make somebody sound good. They want the best version of you to show up. That's why even sometimes early on, man, like, I would have different things happen in my life, or maybe in the middle of a session, and I might gotta apologize. I might gotta give Buddy or whoever they bread back in the middle, because I'm like, yo, I feel like I ain't giving the best in the session. So let me go ahead and just be honest with you about that, and then let's figure out another way, whether I need to add on another hour for the love, or, you know, we need to go ahead and figure out a different transaction or whatever like that. But man, bro, that vulnerability, man, that's what it's all about. You need that when you're making great music, bro.
Nah,
think about it. That's what we going against, bro. We competing with people in the industry who putting that much effort and intentionality behind it. So you thought you was gonna cut corners,
and people
like a fast food spot, and you think you was gonna get by?
I don't think people really understand that either. You got to see that to understand that too. You got to either see it, or you got to, like, I can't even say, like, because you got to see it in person, or you got to really, like, when they do them vlogs, because they'll show you in the vlogs and stuff, but you got to really see, you got to really understand what you're seeing, and the fact that that's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
But on my next question, I want to know, like, what, like, somebody who take their time, like, who really, like, even with all the accolades, somebody with the accolades that you got, and somebody who, like, definitely dwells in, like, really making great music, just making just the best of the best that you can. What's up with the mixtape collabs? Because did you do one before, like a mixtape where you got other artists and?
So at one point, I was intentionally working on that.
Okay.
Where I would put like a combination of different artists and different creators that I've been working with, and just throw it all in one presentation. Which, you know, I'm still working on a few things. This is one of my other goals of planting more seeds and everything throughout the rest of this year, 26. Okay. But honestly, my brother, like, I'm all about making sure when I do it in such a way that just penetrates the market a different manner and way, and it really leads by example. Okay. I see a lot of other people doing those type of things, and I feel like it's good. But I just want to make sure that when I do it, I make it different.
Put your mark on it.
I want to really make it an experience for people. You know what I'm saying? I really want to make sure that the paperwork is down packed. I really want to even make it where it's like meetups, and every single month, man, we all the creatives is linking up, so that way we can understand what we're doing for this, and everybody's on the same page and level, and that way everybody feel like that they're fully a part of it. The last thing somebody wants to feel like is, man, I just here just to do a quick little verse and drop, and then next thing you know, you about to have me perform somewhere, and I got to sell tickets just to go ahead and get a little bit of bread back, or just to get some type of showmanship, and let that jump be it. I'd rather want to be a lot more intentional behind it, where the goal is to get them placed somewhere, the goal is to use these records and do other different things with them, because at the end of the day, music is art, and art has to live somewhere, and it can live in multiple different homes and different facets. So I like to make sure that when the presentation is time is right, that the creatives that we do choose, or that I choose, they have that same level of wanting and earning this to really participate. So coming soon. Long story short, coming soon though.
Nah, I can go for it. I was saying that because it's like, I don't know. You said people be doing it, but I don't really. They're not doing it like good, in my opinion. Not saying that's your opinion, but in my opinion, because that's something that, as me talking to a lot of people around Virginia, that's something that a lot of people feel like we need is like, cause the thing about it, like the talk is like a lot of artists, like we need, like our artists don't collaborate, so we need to get somebody to collaborate, make them collaborate for
Yeah.
them. You know what I'm saying? Like on some DJ Khaled stuff, because it's a lot of great music out here, but it's just it's egos, bro. And personally, like I
Sure.
feel since it's nobody that really made it and stuck around to show people like really like I'm the one that made it. Y'all calm down.
All right.
Everybody just so button heads to be that first person to make it still. You know what I'm saying? Because even when you go to Atlanta and this stuff, it's like Atlanta, California, New York, it's like it's so many people that made it. It's like, how could you really be a crabs in the bucket when it's like it's somebody already on top? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just one person on top, it's multiple people on top.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be like it's so many again, as we all it's just so many different outlets in these spots. You know what I'm saying? But even in Virginia, it's like again, even though we got so many famous people from here, the fact that they're not here and making outlets, everybody is still trying to rush to be that outlet.
So I look at it like this too. And growing up in the place like here, and it's like anywhere else, any other place that, you got your hoods, you got your suburbs, you got your projects, you got your things that every other city or state has. I feel like there's a lot of trauma that people leave out of here with. Unspoken trauma that people don't really address but so much. And it carries out within their personality and how they move. And it's not to say that that's wrong or right. I think that they just choose to move that way because it works out better for them because they're looking out for them and their own ecosystem. And I think that's cool.
Self-preservation.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, absolutely. And I'm never mad about that. But I do also think that crab in the barrel mentality, man, is festered everywhere throughout Virginia, bro. I mean, and I don't want to get too deep on it, but, bro, think about the soil we own right now. Bro, this is the place where we first came in at.
Yeah, facts.
Our ancestors came in at.
Facts.
So, man, right there, James River Brick, bro. Our joint, man, we every single year elementary school until they had to stop, like recently, maybe a couple of years ago, like every year, kids elementary school used to, number one trip, Jamestown settlement.
Yeah.
Let's come see the first settlement. Let's go see where you first came in at and things of that nature. Where you first was trapped and enslaved at. So, all of that, man, is so deep into the soil, and that's kind of even one of my missions of why I'm even in the school, because I'm like, bro, I see it every single day. Trickle down from the parent, trickle down into the seed, and then next thing you know, I deal with it at school. Nonetheless, though, to kind of change it and go back into the topic, when you put it and manifest it into what it is look like right now in music, when people feel like they got something good going on, the notion and from our habitat and our surroundings, we kind of like, oh, dang, I got something good. I'm going to go this way with it real quick. Nah, you can't have nothing.
Yeah.
You can't even come with me either. When instead, the whole world, it's not even like that. It's like, nah, let me share this. Why? Because if I share it, the bigger and better it's just going to become. You understand? So, I'm looking slowly for surely in many different platforms and many different facets, looking to definitely explore doing more of those. Shout out to the bunch of people who are already in the forefront doing those things. I see Capri Lawrence on the other side of the water. She really like one of the main people that be spearheading and really giving a lot of education and information about the music industry. People like T-Riffic, people like Biggs, people like Bless. Shout out to Keno Beast. He down in Atlanta right now, but he be always having his hands like really in the soil out here. It's a bunch of different people that really be doing it on those big levels where they're sharing the knowledge and they're getting on different platforms and they're really speaking about it. Shout out to Bink the Humble Monster out Norfolk. It's a lot of people out here that's really giving those gems on different platforms and formats. And I feel like, man, not one, it needs to be out there more to the music community, but then not only that, too, the more that we're able to collaborate and make it that much more bigger, then, man, it just goes on another level and it just becomes a part of the universe, man. But, people got to want to bet on themselves, bro. That's the main thing, too. People got to really want to bet on themselves.
Facts.
And even think about it like the sound of Virginia right now, man. Like, what is the sound of Virginia? Like, like people say that we copy a lot. If you was literally like on a local scene, there's a lot of people that's doing a lot of copying. Then you have a lot of people who stick out like sore thumbs. And everybody who becomes the most successful are the people who are not scared to take the risk. and they go off and they do everything they need to do. You got your Tommy Remix with the $1 Million Baby joint signed to Brent Fires.
Yeah. Or
You
the
got
Shaboozies.
Shabuzi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got
The
Masego. You got a gang of different people who are from this area, been enriched by the soil, and they just always say, look, we going to be different with our sound and how we move. And that's the key to their success. I mean, look at Pharrell. Look at Clips. Look at Timberland. Look at Missy. Look at Magoo. Look at everybody that's been a part of that infrastructure. Teddy Riley, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll claim him and more, you know what I'm saying? Like Ella Fitzgerald, you know what I'm saying? We can go all the way back like that, bro.
Definitely
like,
shout out to Ella Fitzgerald,
feel me?
man.
So
definitely
I mean,
shout out
if you
to
know,
Ella,
you know.
man.
People don't even know that, bro. Like
For real.
you
That's
know what
why
I'm saying?
I
Like,
had to say that.
bro, it's being different is the sound is being the key, man. And you gotta, not be scared to really like go out on the limb and say, look, bro, I want to collab with you, man. Let's build. And if a person say no, cool, all right, bet.
Yeah.
I'm a type of person, man. I like to always try to reach for the nose because if I'm getting closer to the no, more no's, that's just a couple closer steps to some yeses.
At least you could do is
we gonna
try. The only thing you can never judge nobody if you ain't never say nothing. If you ain't never open up your mouth. At least ask somebody. That's why I say even when I do
That
this,
part.
at least ask somebody. Now you have the right to judge them off of their actions because you've asked. You can't just expect and then judge somebody off their actions because you never opened your mouth and you just expected this or that and the third. That's one thing I learned, and that's what a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? But
That part.
touching back on the music topic, what does Beyonce Black is King? What does that mean to you? What is that correlation? What does that mean to you?
Hey, man, shout out to B. You feel me? Shout out to everybody in the room. Shout out to my guy Fresh. Shout out to Cadence. Shout out to Casso. Shout out to everybody, man, that was just allowed me to be a part of that situation. Yeah, dog. Black is King. Bro, it's a lot. I'll tell you this story, man. So, at this time in LA, I was still working with Mike and Keys, but I was in the midst of being in a bunch of different people camps. And so I was blessed to be in this. And I always rock with tri-state people. Anybody that's from the East Coast of the tri-state area, we're just always just melve out west. I don't know what it is, but people from out east, when they go out west, they the ones hitting the ground, running it and getting to it.
Yeah.
So, man, being in this circle with Cadence and Fresh, man, they already had a lot of success and experiences with different people, whether we talking about Ariana Grande, whether we talking about Brandy, whether we talking about Coil Ray, whether we talk, I mean, a bunch of people, bro, like hits. And we ain't just talking about baby songs. We talking about top Billboard 100 hits. Like, we talking about hits. And, man, when I came through the fold, man, just through reference, and that's why it's always good, not only to have a good face card, but just also to make sure that your work stands for itself. Being able to network and to be a fly on the wall allowed me to be in rooms with those type of people. And I got a call one day, and they was just like, look, G-Wack, man, look, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay you, but I just need you to pull up. It's going to be definitely worth your while. I might need you for about anywhere between 12 to 16 hours that day. I said, all right, cool. Well, look, man, you know how we rock anyway, because at the end of the day, I'm all about good music, number one. The bread portion, we going to figure that out on the back end. It is what it is. So I get a call. We go out Hollywood area. I think Sunset Boulevard area to be exact. And I pulled up on the area, man, where, you had to press the button and say something in there. And it's a big gate that slid through, and I seen another building right behind it. I said, okay, cool. I would never seen this building if the gate ain't opened up. Go through the gate. Come to find out, it's one of the production studio houses for Parkwood Entertainment. So that's her company.
Okay.
So get up there, man. We go upstairs. We start up there, and they pull up an email, and they say they got an email from somebody named Sasha. Sasha is Beyonce manager, and it just entitled a bunch of beats, and it gave a bunch of different topics and different ethnic type of sounds and what they were really looking for. They say, look, man, we want songs that have this and that in it. That have these type of Afro kind of beats in it and rhythms and things of that nature. Topics that talk about this and that. And, man, we just opened it up, man, and not knowing what was what. And we're just like, yo, let's go ahead and figure something out. Let's play maybe like 3 beats that was in there that resonated with the room. And from that point, man, we cut 3 records that day. And even in the midst of those 3 records, the people in the room were so positive, and this was my first time being in that circle, really seeing how they wrote songs and the sense of collaborating with the whole room. That they were able to say, "Hey, G White, look, man, everybody's going in there and laying down a gibberish ad lib kind of track from top to bottom, just to see what kind of melodies pop out and things of that nature." And I got in the booth and I did that. And beyond that, I engineered the session. I did my job. I made sure what needed to come out was needed to come out. So from that one studio session, 2 records already came out. So we got Keys to the Kingdom that was on the Lion King project, and then we got another one that had dropped on Juneteenth. I want to say about 3-4 years ago that she won a Grammy for. So yeah, man, seeing if the third one gonna drop, and we just gonna go from there, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Black Parade, that's the one that dropped on what's it called, on Juneteenth a couple years ago. But yeah, that one won a Grammy, and the other one was up for nomination for the Grammy, but I don't think we ain't win nothing. So yeah.
Okay, so I don't misconstrue what you saying or what I'm thinking. Y'all engineered the song or the beat?
Okay, so in this songwriting session, right, we just constructing and building the song. Now, here's the lovely part about the first record that came out, because of the, for lack of a better terms, the sauce that I was putting into the track. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, think about, I'm a foodie person, so most people don't eat chicken nuggets naked. They eat them with some sauce. So the sauce is what really makes that meal pop the way it needs to. So for me, that's what I was to that session. That's how I can equate it the best. So doing chops and making sure things were going a certain way, transitions were hitting a certain manner and way. When we started going from the very first song session, and the team leader of that songwriter camp, so it was almost like comprised of maybe about, say, 10 songwriting teams. 10 songwriters, and each songwriter had their own team. So I was a part of one of the 10 people songwriting camp teams.
Okay.
And being underneath that, they were all at times when records would get picked by her and her team, or her, people who picked the records, they would have one-on-one sessions about it and try to figure out how to edit it and get it to her liking.
Okay.
And within that, her engineer, who was cutting her vocals, it was liking the things and as the beats and things like that was changing, it was some effects and some things that I was doing that he didn't have access to. It was like, no, we need that same similar feel and vibe. And so, G White, look, I'm gonna take this new edited version of the session, send it to you. Look, put that sauce back on in a certain way, exported it back out, send it back to Buddy. And there was a couple back and forths like that, maybe about 4 or 5 back and forths. And then 2.5, 3 months later, the week of, right before the movie came out, along with the soundtrack, I got a call that Wednesday. Hey, congratulations. One of your tracks definitely made it. And there it was. Signed some paperwork over like that. And next thing you know, that following week, it premiered and showed on ABC, the song, on one of the network special joints for the Lion King project. And it went from there, dog.
No, that's crazy. That's great, though. It's like the production of like that stuff is just so like 10 songwriting teams, bro. Like,
yeah, dog. Yeah,
bro, that's a lot, bro. Like, that is a lot.
It's a lot, bro. But that tell you like the music business looks a lot different than what most people think.
Yeah, this like it's mediocre. Like what
you got 10 songwriters, 10 to 12 songwriters as a team, but then all of them have their own mini team within them that they like to collab and build with and get the most output out of.
And that's what I'm imagining, like, bro. That's a lot of production going on, bro. Like, you gotta think of some amazing stuff. Ain't no way you come in with some bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. So it was a blessing being in that fold, man. Even in that same day, bro, man. As soon as I finished that 12-hour block session up there, man, we went downstairs to the other studio, and then I had like a 6 to 8 hour block with Kelly Rowland, which was wild. Yeah,
I can go for it, bro.
Yeah. Man, it was probably one of my craziest days in this career field. Like,
how long you was in LA?
I was in there for like 3.5 years, right before the pandemic hit. Then when the pandemic hit, man, I was rekindling things. I was already going back and forth every week from LA to VA, and I just bouncing around, recording a bunch of different people, doing a lot of work with people. And I want to say, man, the week LA shut down, because states and cities were starting to shut down. Man, I think I might have had a ticket to leave out that Wednesday. It was probably like Monday or Tuesday. I'm sitting right beside my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, 5+ years. Shout out to Pooh. I see you, love.
That was coming next. Definitely coming next.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, man, I was sitting right beside her. She was like, "Look, it's your dream. This what you doing this for? Like, yo, you can go ahead and go back out there and do your thing. I don't want to be the person to hold you up." And I already made a decision right then and there. I've been made the decision prior before, but I ain't looked back, and I ain't been back in LA since. Well, I've been to LA maybe 2 times since then, but that's it, bro.
Oh, bro.
Like literally, and that was what, top of 2020, bro. It's 2026. Since then, I only been back out west since like 2 times. I literally had like studio equipment and a bunch of other different things. People I was living with and everything, bro. We figured all that out later and let it work. So
I can go for it. So, yeah, because that definitely was coming next, my boy.
yeah,
Doing this music journey, brother. How is it been? Because like you said, your girlfriend at the time, but definitely your wife now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely your wife now. How was it? Like, how was the journey with having a girl, man? Even getting married, still doing your journey? Like,
Yeah.
And I like, we started late. So y'all ain't gonna hear it, but before the interview started, she definitely called. She was on his ass, bro. She definitely was on his ass. So
no, good check-in vibe.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. She sound like she don't play no games with him. Definitely don't play no games with him.
She a boss woman, man. Look, man. Look, first of all, man, she got a lot of things going on, a lot of businesses, and she runs her own therapy practice. So, very big in this community in the mental health space, man. And shout out to Black Couch Therapy. If you need some therapy out here, anywhere, whether it's remote or in the Virginia area, Black Couch Therapy. Go look it up, Google it, and everything will pop up right then and there. But yeah, if you want to get in with the best therapist, go there.
Definitely shout out to Black Couch.
But nonetheless, man, my bad. What was the question? You were just saying like how
has it been dealing with a female, but especially going from girlfriend to wife? How has she been? How has it been for you, your mental space?
Man, look, bro, balance has been key, bro. I'm still struggling with balance. You want me to keep it honest and transparent. It's a weekly, daily struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm figuring out how to still get work done, but also too, man. Look, man, I'm a husband, so I gotta be a husband. And I gotta be the head of my household. So, making sure that I'm being more intentional with my time and not wasting time, and not creating excuses, man. That's all it is at the end of the day. Because at the same time, look, man, I read this book right before I got married. I read this book called The Way of the Superior Man, and the vibe and the framework about that book was just all about, hey, look, at the end of the day, you say you want to do something, but you stopping yourself and hindering yourself because you don't know how the step play of how you're going to get there. That should not prevent you from trying to pursue what you want. At the end of the day, figure it out. Sometimes you ain't going to figure it out till you get in the middle of it. It's almost like somebody saying like they're going to be ready to have a child, but you can't be ready to have a child until you have a child. It's going to hit completely different. Yeah. Then from there, you know what I'm saying, you got some experience, and then you can go ahead and apply that to, as you continue to build. But I look at it in the same manner and facet with that same elegancy. Man, it's balanced, bro. It's a daily working thing. But the thing is, with the marriage, man, it's a process of love where you learn every day. And so I'm enjoying that process. We're just enjoying that process of doing it together. Because a lot of the people that I was around, man, especially in the industry, I ain't seen people married. I would see people married and then divorced.
Facts.
But I wouldn't see many people married. And I already knew what my outlook and vision was prior before even me moving out to LA. I already knew what I wanted to do. How I wanted to set up a family, have a house, and all this other different things of that nature. And I wanted to be able to take my operations and own it and run it from here, VA. Not to say that I still can't pop around and bounce around and do work here and there out of state, which I do. But yeah, man, home base can still be where I wanted to be. Because LA was dope, bro. But look, man, I said, look, I'm raising my family VA. It just is what it is.
For sure.
So, nah, man, it's a daily struggle, man. But I think at the end of the day, man, we can't use that as an excuse, man. Now, push come to shove, too. Your significant other, man, is very important. Because whoever you choose, whether it's girlfriend, boyfriend, or, wife, husband, whatever, it's important for them to also know what they're getting themselves into. Because dating or being somebody with a musician or somebody who's in the music industry or whatever fashion and manner and level, it takes a certain level of patience to have. And I could say it's very much different. So if your significant other is the type of person that's like, yeah, I want to go to have my 9 to 5, and then I want to get off of work, and then I want to be embodied into my other half. It ain't necessarily always like that with a musician. Because it's a lot of gigs, you got to piece this thing together. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of times, even with us, man, like, if you're not in the streets and things like that, or you ain't a trust fund baby where you just got bread just to throw into it, it's a vibe where you're going to have a 9 to 5 life, and then boom, you're going to have to work your 6 to 12 or 6 to 10 vibe, doing your own, creativity. And then you still going to have to balance it with everything else that you still want, whether that's a relationship or whatever like that. So your significant other just got to understand that, that's just what it is. And also, too, as a creative, you got to also understand, too, sometimes the healthy creativity, you got to step away and live life. There's nothing wrong with stepping away for a moment to live life. You can always make time.
Get re-energized, get re-motivated, just get refreshed. Yeah,
absolutely,
for
man.
Sure,
get acclimated, man. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just need that, man. It's like a chiropractor, man. Sometimes you got to go you got to get, reacclimated real quick. Get some kinks out and things of that nature. And man, you feel like you're a whole new person. Man. That's what it is. I feel like that's what a relationship can do. And we already know what negatively it can do also too. Yeah. It can drain your creativity too. So choosing the right person and having that person have that level of understanding, man, it's key, man. It's a blessing. So I don't take it for granted.
I could definitely go for that. But I definitely love to see a couple, cause I know ain't no relationship gonna be perfect, but people who are willing to make it work and to really go through what you have to go through to get where you need to get, especially the both of them. Mm-hmm. Like he doing something and she doing something, you know what I'm saying? Like I love to see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, it's just like, just coming from where we coming from, and I don't even really want to put no color on it. It's like people ain't staying together these days. Like a lot of people got a lot of trust issues. A lot of people traumatized off shit that ain't even happened to them. A lot of people traumatized off of shit that they see on the internet and stuff that done happened to other people. But it's just like man, it's just in these day and time, bro. One thing about it, bro, everybody want love. Everybody want to be with somebody. Don't nobody want to be alone. You feel me? Like, but it's just great to see that. It's definitely great to see that, though, man.
I appreciate that, man, for sure. But man, one thing I want to let people know, bro, it's work, bro.
Yeah,
it's work.
Everything is work.
And it don't always look the way it's been presented to.
Yeah, facts.
It's work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't people get social media misconstrued too sometimes. Like you think that you might follow like certain couples and things like that, and they portray a certain vibe and this and that, man. But I mean, bro, it doesn't mean they ain't going through some real life decisions and hardships and things like that. Like, bro, it's and I don't even with somebody and being with somebody, it's hard.
I don't even want to say it don't mean. You better understand that they are. It ain't even no doubt in somebody's mind. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing about people. Like, and I don't know. Like that's just one thing about I don't even want to say the dumb human, but like just whatever. But it's like you will see something, and no matter how much somebody try to fake it, like you cannot fake not going through something, like not going through problems, not having problems. Like you can't fake a perfect relationship, because that's the thing about a relationship. No relationship is perfect. Never. Of course y'all are arguing. Of course y'all have disagreements. Now how y'all handle them? Nah, y'all might not go all willy-nilly and get to throwing punches, but a back and forth is had. At some point, he not liking you and you not liking him. Not saying that he gonna go out and cheat or you gonna go out and cheat, but it's never always good. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely, man. So one thing about it, like people, you just gotta understand that it ain't really, and people, and I'm saying that because people are really see relationships and try to think I want that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like thinking that is not like, oh, I want that relationship. What you think? They ain't arguing? Like, we might, you know what I'm saying?
What
like,
the hell they going through in the background? Like,
I'm telling you. Or even like I'm saying, like you saying, like what somebody else might be getting over. It might be looking good, but they might be getting over something that you wouldn't even be able to continue.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, definitely love seeing that.
Yes, sir.
But you, the work you did, bro, going like leaving Virginia, like just being all over the United States, you know what I'm saying, just doing all the stuff you did, bro. Is it anybody that you want to work with from Virginia or outside of Virginia? Is it somebody that G White would like to work with?
That's a good question. Real good question. I haven't had the pleasure of working with Hit Boy, producer. Haven't had the pleasure. I like working with like creatives, like producers and things.
Hit
like
Boy is with Drake.
Nah, Hit Boy on his own. So he recently just did a versus against Mike Will through Apple Music like a couple weeks ago, whatever like that. But
Okay.
Hit Boy is like one of my top 5 producers, like just his creativity. So I had a chance to meet him when I was out there. But
All right, but no, pardon me. Hit Boy, he did the pop ups jump with Drake, right?
So
That's not Hit Boy?
Nah. So I put it to you this way: he did Ye and Jay, Niggas and Players.
Okay.
So he did records like that.
Okay,
He worked with
okay.
Beyonce a few different times. Done a lot of work, bro.
Because that's not Hit Maker.
Nah, not Hitmaker. Nah.
Okay,
Two different people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hitmaker used to be called Young Bird. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's when I was
yeah.
saying, like when I was in the studio and at Dre's studio and up the joint, they was working with Ty Dolla $ign and Jeremiah. They came out with an album called My Ty.
Yeah.
He executive produced that whole joint. He was in the room with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Hitmaker, Young Bird.
And Hit Boy is
But
big.
yeah, Hit Boy is somebody, completely different.
Legendary. Like,
But, honestly, man, if I had to say living or not here, they got to be living.
Nah.
All right, cool, man. If they want,
But obviously that would be your living.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, living it would be him. If I had to do 2 more living, I'd probably say, man, Drake definitely probably be a good experience. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. It's interesting. I had a call from his camp too, but that's another discussion. We could talk about that off camera. And honestly, man, keep it real funky, cause I really love R&B sessions, bro. I probably would have to say, probably somebody even maybe like Janelle Monáe, like real eclectic, real Will Left, like. I'm real big musically. You feel me? Like
I could see that.
I'm really on that type of vibe. Like I need somebody that's just gonna cut through the airways for me. So it's not to say that I don't like a lot of music that's out now and things like that, but yeah, man, I just like what I like.
Or how you talk, and just like your expression, like how you express your like your love for music. I definitely could see the Janelle Monáe. Like I definitely can see that. I definitely can see that.
Yeah, dog.
For sure.
I mean, that's them type of people. Then let's just say if people wasn't here. I mean, Michael Jackson, Quincy. Yeah. I mean, the music, the greats, the greats, bro. If they was the greats, man. I'm at the end of the day, man. I want to work with any and everybody, man. That's all about good music, bro. That's all it is at the end of the day. So, and it's probably I guarantee there's a gang of people I'm gonna think about as soon as I'm off from this interview. But yeah, that's the people I can think of now, man. So I'm willing to work with any and all people, man, as long as it's all dope music at the end of the day.
For sure. Well, we definitely gonna I'm definitely gonna have as I'm thinking and I'm looking at it, it's like we already at an hour. There's so much to goddamn talk about. We definitely gonna have you back on the couch. You feel me? But before we go, I definitely want Underground VA on the couch, man. G White, the brand, the producer, the brand, the artist, all of that, man. Like, what do you want the people to know? Like, what do you want the people to know when they see your name, when they see you, when they see like what you want them to know that they probably that. Obviously, they won't hear in words from just seeing you or just feeling your vibe. Like, what you want them to know?
I want them to know that at the end of the day, to move with intentionality is key. So to have a plan, and it kind of go right all the way back to the very first thing. Like to have a plan is very important. So you may not have to have the step by steps to get to see something all the way through, but have a plan. My whole life has been built the way it has been because I was very intentional with having a plan, and I became obsessed with that plan, and I worked very hard to get to and to see everything that I've seen so far, and I'm looking to continue to see. So I challenge any and everybody out there in the airways at the end of the day, make a plan if you don't have one, and follow it. Make mistakes. Don't be scared to make mistakes. And if you're a little older, and especially if you're young, man, make all the mistakes you can possibly make, man. You know what I'm saying? But as you get a little older, start making sure that it can be calculated risk. So that way, you know, where if you do fail, or whenever failure does come, you know, you don't find yourself in a place where it's unescapable and like now your mindset and paradigm completely shifts, and now it makes you want to quit because you, for lack of a better term, like in church they say some people get church hurt and then they won't go back to that same church anymore because they didn't like a certain experience that rubbed them the wrong way. It's the same way with this music industry. Some things rub people the wrong way and then it make people turn their back on it. But at the end of the day, you got to have grit and you have to have tough skin in this type of industry. You got to know who you're dealing with. And this business is built around a lot of snakes. Understand that everybody ain't a snake. There are some snakes that you may not be able to decipher, and they may take on the form of something else when you first present themselves to you. But over time, people going to show who they really are. And at the end of the day, just make sure that you just stand on business, man, and believe in something a little higher than you, man, that help you navigate you through the way. So that's the number one thing I want people to walk away with, man. Forget the accolades and all this and that. Yeah, I work with Beyonce, T.I., all these other different people like that, but, man, all that don't really matter, man. What matters the most, man, is like, yo, what's your purpose in life? Figure that out. Because I guarantee, man, the more times you attach yourself to that purpose, you ain't going to never have to worry about another day and where your next money going to come from. Point blank period.
On God, and if you know for a fact, you know you're going to hear it from me, but even not hearing it from me, you hear it from one of the best, the one and only, man, Gwhite, on the couch, Virginia, man. And we got another one. I definitely thank you for coming out, man, giving this game.
Yes, sir.
And I promise y'all, man, y'all go see him again on the couch, man, because I definitely got a lot of stuff I want to, like more stuff I want to ask him. And we definitely got some stuff we're going to be doing together, man. So y'all definitely stay tuned, brother.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, it's your boy Tayshawn Townsend. I just messed that up for y'all, but y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Tayshawn Town Booth, Ty Dry Tay Stunner, man, Underground VA, and we are out of here.
You did.
Man. Damn, I just fucked up. I just changed.
Like and subscribe if you like your father. Like and subscribe if you like your mother. We look at that.